Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is a little bittersweet because this is actually going to be my last Superman related video for now. Don't worry, I'll still be talking plenty of movies, but we're putting a little pause on the Man of Steel after this one. Also, real quick, I want to say sorry for this one being a little late. Life got in the way, but trust me, this is worth the wait. Now, what we're doing today is something I've been wanting to make for a while, ranking James Gunn's comic book movies, and let me just say, I love every single one of these. We're talking 9.25 out of 10 or higher. So this is not a list of great versus bad. This is a list of amazing versus legendary. Gunn has such a unique style that mixes humor, heart, and chaos in a way very few directors can. So with all that being said, let's jump into the ranking. Starting off at number 5, we've got The Suicide Squad, and man, this is the movie only James Gunn could have pulled off. After the mess that was the first Suicide Squad in 2016, people were skeptical about whether this concept could even work, but Gunn came in and said, I'll make you care about characters like Polka Dot Man and Ratcatcher 2. And guess what? He actually did. This movie is brutal, bloody, hilarious, and surprisingly heartfelt. The opening alone lets you know no one is safe, and that's such a bold move. But beyond the gore and the insanity, Gunn manages to give genuine weight to these characters. Ratcatcher's relationship with her father, King Shark's loneliness, even Peacemaker's warped sense of patriotism, it all has meaning. And then you've got Starro as the final boss, which is just the kind of ridiculous yet awesome villain that perfectly fits the movie's tone. It's not just fun, it's creative, bold, and it really gave the DCEU a shot of energy at a time when it desperately needed it. At number 4, I'm going with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and the one word I have for this film is beautiful. This is one of the most emotional and heartfelt MCU films ever made. James Gunn took his final bow with Marvel and made sure it was a perfect send-off to the characters he introduced back in 2014. This movie focuses heavily on Rocket's backstory, and I'll be honest, it's devastating. The scenes with Rocket and his fellow lab animals are some of the most heartbreaking stuff the MCU has ever done. But at the same time, the movie is also full of love, humor, and heartwarming moments. It's about family, found family specifically, and the way this group has grown together over the years. The action is great, the villain high evolutionary is absolutely unhinged, and the ending is so satisfying for each character. Everyone gets closure, and it's rare for a trilogy to end this strong. It's tragic, it's hilarious, it's uplifting. Guardians 3 is James Gunn at his most mature, and it's just a stunning film of overall. Now, this might be my hot take of the list, but at number 3 I've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I'll say it right here, this movie is highly underrated. I know a lot of people love the first Guardians of the Galaxy and kind of dismiss this one as weaker, but honestly, I think it's one of the most emotional MCU films ever. The big thing with Volume 2 is that it's all about family, trauma, and relationships. Yes, it has big space battles and great jokes, but what sticks with me are the emotional payoffs. The Peter Quill and Ego storyline is such a smart way to explore his father issues, and Kurt Russell absolutely kills it as a villain. Then you've got Yondu's arc. Man, Yondu went from being a side character in the first movie to stealing the entire show here. His sacrifice and that funeral scene at the end hit so hard. He may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy. That line destroys me every time. And honestly, I love the visuals in this one. It's colorful, cosmic, and weird in all the best ways. For me, Guardians 2 is James Gunn showing that he's not just about jokes and needle drops, he's about character, emotion, and storytelling that lingers. At number 2, we've got Gunn's latest, Superman 2025. Now, this was the big test. Could James Gunn take the most iconic superhero of all time and give him a fresh start in movies? And the answer is yes. Absolutely yes. This movie captures everything I love about Superman. It's hopeful, it's inspiring, and it reminds us why Superman is such an important character in the first place. Gunn really leaned into the idea that Superman represents the best in humanity, and it comes across in every scene. You've got thrilling action, emotional stakes, and just a sense of optimism that's been missing from superhero movies lately. What I love most is that Gunn didn't try to make Superman edgy or dark. He made him warm, human, and relatable. At the same time, the movie sets up an exciting future for the DCEU, but it never forgets to focus on Clark as a character. For me, this instantly became one of my favorite Superman movies ever, and it proves Gunn can handle not just misfits and outcasts, but also the most legendary hero of them all. And at number 1, of course, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the movie that changed everything. Back in 2014, hardly anyone knew who Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Rocket, or Groot were. People laughed at the idea of Marvel making a movie about a talking raccoon and a tree. But James Gunn came in, took these complete unknowns, and turned them into household names. What makes this movie special is how it balances everything. It's hilarious, it's adventurous, it's emotional, and it's got a killer soundtrack. The chemistry between the team feels instant, like they were meant to be together. And the film has this sense of fun that just radiates from start to finish. The moment they hold hands to contain the Power Star is one of my favorite MCU moments ever. It's cheesy, it's heartfelt, and it just works. This movie didn't just prove James Gunn as a director, it also proved that Marvel could take risks and win big. Without Guardians 1, the MCU would look very different. And that's why for me, it sits at the very top of his comic book movie rankings. So that's my ranking of James Gunn's comic book movies. Like I said earlier, I love every single one of these. This wasn't easy because there's not a single weak film here. Gunn has consistently delivered some of the best, most heartfelt comic book movies of the last decade. But now it's your turn. How would you rank James Gunn's comic book movies? Would you rank the Suicide Squad higher? Or maybe you think Guardians 3 deserves the top spot? Let me know your thoughts down below because I love hearing your takes. And as always, thanks for watching. Thank you for sticking with me through all these Superman videos, and I'll see you in the next one.